As God is my witness, this place will be a home. Why you ain't playing League with him? I couldn't. I tried to get into Smite, but
I mean, at least Smite has growing use. That's cool.
Yeah.
They have all OCs that
Yeah,
I don't
Ninja.
care about. Something like that. This is kind of aesthetic, though.
Yeah. FGC's in flames right now.
It's actually on fire.
It's on freaking fire.
It's actually pretty bad. Like between everything that's going on with Smash, like constant allegations, like injuries and retirements in other games, it's just pretty bad. I know you saw Speed Kick's retiring.
Speed Kick's retiring because of it?
Speed Kick's retired, but that was just, I think that was just something that was going to happen. But he retired. Knuckle Dude, prominent Street Fighter V player, one of the best to ever done it in the game, had to retire too after that car accident he was in. So.
Okay, so for my viewers, the FGC stands for Fighting Game Community. Pretty much, it pretty much encompasses almost all fighting games in the world right now that's currently being played, like Street Fighter, Smash, Tekken, Dragon Ball Fighters, and things like that. But much like in mostly other industries, it now got hit with a bunch of scandals. But the bad thing about this is that, well, the scandal is pedophilia and mostly statutory rape.
And a lot of sexual misconduct.
Sexual misconduct.
And unfortunately, a lot of it has turned out to be true.
Yeah, but the thing is that I'm just not surprised that it, because the thing is, because you can always, like, look up the stories, right? Like, I don't really want to talk about, like, Mr. Wizard and things like that and all the stuff that happened between him and those children and, the grooming that's been happening. Because the thing is that when you have a community and you're, like, especially in the gaming community, it's not like there's not really like a boundary set, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like you can have someone that's almost in the 30s talking to somebody that's in late teens.
Right,
like right now we have almost like a 5+ year gap just by us, and like subtract that by another 5. I'm in like 8. I'm 17, 18, and he's 24. That's not really a good look, and. That's what's going on with the Sky Williams, with Captain Zack and Nairo, and apparently now he's owing almost $250,000, if not more, to various members of Smash communities. It's terrible.
And the thing is that when I was thinking about it, because when I was thinking about all the other industries that like get hit with these scandals and allegations, like California, Hollywood,
the movie industry,
Hollywood, the Catholic Church. These places got like billions of dollars behind them, right?
They got real capital.
So like if they get hit with it, they straight. It's like, okay, shame on us, but we're gonna keep moving. Yeah. Whereas like if the FGC kind of gets hit with it, that tournament's gone. You know what I'm saying? That tournament isn't that. Like especially those ones where
they depend
on that yearly.
Income. They depend on that revenue.
Right.
And they already got hit by COVID-19, so it's already a terrible situation.
Yeah.
I mean, CEO Dreamland had to hold their tournament in April, otherwise the entirety of CEO is gonna go bankrupt.
Right.
And they were risking to put all their attendees in danger because of that. But they risked a lot just to do that.
Right.
And now, even with this with online tournaments trying to be set up, now you hear allegations with Mr. Wizard, and now Evo, the Super Bowl of the fighting game community, is basically no more right now.
And now it's on the sidelines. And the thing is that again, I don't really want to get into like you can
the nitty-gritty.
You can look that up. That's like been covered. Like I really was more interested in like how like the solutions we was talking about. Like one of the things I was like perhaps they could propose, because even though nothing will be clear cut, because if somebody wants to do something, they will.
They can.
They can find a way around it. But like some of the ways we can like kind of try to curb it is like. Adult supervision or something like that, or vouchers. Like you can't come to my tournament unless you have a voucher from your mom or from your dad or something like that. Yeah. And if you don't have it, they have to come and supervise you. Just to keep the tournament on the safe side. You know what I mean? Because some of the stuff that I saw, except there was this one. I don't really want to. I think it looked like Xanadu that was here, where
in Maryland,
female.
yeah.
It was like, I think it was a female who was grooming, and I was like, that looked like Xanadu. And then it was a female that was like, I don't want to say her name.
It was here.
Yeah, I believe so. It looked like Xanadu. I'll show you the photo. I'll show you the picture and stuff later. But
that's how bad it is. And that's how ingrained it is in the community right now. That like it was going on, stuff like this is going on for years, and like it's just now being brought to light. That's why they're completing no contest or like straight up admitting that yes, I did that, because it's basically it was out in the open and he's waiting until someone to say it. And as much as we would like to decry, allegations, false or otherwise, the Me Too movement in certain capacity, shout outs to the people who actually, stood up and, actually talked about it.
Yeah. And the thing is, that was just a few. Imagine the ones that didn't.
A lot of this stuff was happening for years. Like the initial Captain Zach situation was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Almost like 1.5, almost 2 years ago. And he had another thing he had to talk about. That's...
Yeah, but that's like unfortunate. But one of the things is that, we were kind of thinking about like how could they move forward, because the thing is that when or if Evo ends up coming back, if they can because they're taking a hit financially, like it can't come back in the exact same format as it is,
Since Tony Cannon is the one that's at the helm now, not Mr. Wizard.
Yeah, he's completely gone.
Yeah, he's completely out of the picture. So now it's just Tony Cannon.
So it's I guess that's a good move. But still, there has to be a way where you can protect these. Where you have to protect everybody. What I mean. So I think that they're going to probably have to consider that.
What was one thing that you suggested where it was almost like an age limit, like the juniors?
We can have we can separate the tournaments where you can actually kind of like how you have in NBA, you have the JV, and varsity. You know what I'm saying? Like you can have
AAA, AA.
Because I think that would help curve it. And then not only that, it kind of will open up a new avenue because of like how. You heard about LeBron when he was in high school. You heard about what he was doing while he was in high school. The same for all these other guys. You heard what they were doing in high school. So it would help. It would kind of not only will it would help protection from both parties.
It also can generate new stars.
Yeah, because the up and comers. We got that little up and comer thing. So I thought that was kind of being like an interesting idea.
Because they do something like that in different areas too. Like in New Japan, they have a whole weight class they call the Super Juniors.
Right.
Where it's just people that are just sub 200 pounds and they just bang it out, and then once they're ready, they gain a little more weight, and now they're in the big boys. Yeah. But that's how you get new stars. That's how you see this is the guy you need to look out for. And now you can something that can happen with Smash and other communities, which can really make for a great start making stars in the making. And that could definitely something that they can, definitely hone in and make work.
Yeah, so, that was one of those ideas that I had popping. And I didn't even know about that. You just put me onto something. But I just hope one of my things is that, because, again, the FGC is still relatively young compared to most other forms of entertainment. And they're not messing with the whole it's not like $1 billion industry. It's still millions of dollars, if that.
It's like the advertisements are there in the same vein as Dota and League of Legends. However, it's just now is a matter of just getting people to participate. Right. And all intents and purposes, this was going to be a great year because a lot of games that were being played either were completely refined almost to their pitch perfect level. Like Dragon Ball FighterZ, Street Fighter V, Tekken 7, Smash Brothers, all hit a stride to the point where if they're not at the most balanced they've ever been, they're definitely close. This is definitely the best a lot of these games have ever been, and it's very much a definite loss for a lot of people. And even for games that didn't get a chance to grow, like Grand Blue Fantasy Versus. Like that game, because of COVID and this, you can't really have a scene with that.
Right.
Because the online, like a lot of these games, are not very good. So as a result, if you can't do offline play, you're not really playing the game anymore. And that's games like Grand Blue that are small can't really take that kind of hit.
Yeah.
End up dying before they get a chance to thrive.
Yeah. Where do we go to try to mitigate some of these behaviors?
Yeah.
Because you see it in all the other industries. You see it in everything
in
else.
all other industries, other sports.
So I'm not surprised that it happened here. So it's more like now we just need to do what they do and set better guidelines. In fact, we probably should have thought about that regardless, because you are like you're mixing adolescents with adults. And,
like you literally can have, like you see kids as young as 12, 11 playing against people that are in their 30s, mid 30s, and you just expect nothing to happen. That's not gonna happen. Like that, you can't really think about that.
Right. Yeah.
And in a perfect world, you shouldn't have to think about that. It's just like, hey, you're just having fun with people who know how to play.
Yeah.
But that's not where we live.
Yeah. Right, man. I mean, it was kind of an afterthought because when I'm tuning into a tournament, I'm not thinking about, is that dude touching somebody?
Is that dude legal? Is he 18?
Yeah,
You're thinking about
I'm like, oh man, I want to see who's going to win this. You know what I mean?
Or
this
I
dude's
want to
been on tear.
win.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah. Like I'm coming in and I'm competing. I don't care if somebody is like 12 years old.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to win.
I'm trying to win, but yeah, it's just unfortunate when it happens, and my hope is that it gets better, and I believe it will get better. It's just that,
and hopefully it never happens again.
Well,
hopefully.
I hope it. Well, I wouldn't. Well, I'm not that optimistic. I'm almost certain it's gonna probably happen again, because it always happens to all the other industries.
It's one of those things where you just like you wish you never have to see it again.
Yeah.
And with guidelines, it very much is suppressed to a point where it happens at a very, very rare occasion.
Right.
And once again, for the people who stood up, spoke up about what was happening, thank you very much, because a lot of stuff could have still been going on and still would be happening, if no one said anything, and that's just terrible.
Yeah. But that is our take on it. Again, this is Tim the Cook. You can follow me on Instagram. In fact, I'm going to probably just put a whole picture of everything that I'm on. The discourse that we're into as well. Clutch, where can we find you, bro?
So you can find me on Twitter. You can find me on Facebook. You can find our Discord. Our Discord is great if you want to have a decent chat board, so people to play with certain fighting games, Smash, Dragon Ball, Street Fighter. You'll find someone to at least talk to, chat with. You'll have a good time.
You're gonna start a YouTube, right?
Of course.
So I'm gonna probably place in all of his info, including I'm gonna probably place in all his info at the bottom and to discuss the link in the description and all that other stuff to get in touch with him if you wanna, I don't know, beat him up in like Dragon Ball, because he's not that good. But yeah, again, if you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell notification so you know the next time I'm posting. And you guys be safe. Peace.
See you.